All right, and so this again. So just shout, Phoebe, if you can't, if at any point you can't see anything. I mean, if other people listening, you shout too. So I'm basically just going to repeat the lesson as I meant it to be. Apologies for those of you who wasted sort of those 10 minutes. It doesn't matter if you aren't watching this second go at it, because obviously you'll be able to see the video. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat it because it seems some bits worked and some bits didn't. But please, I think Phoebe's there. Do shout at any point if any of this isn't working, because then there's no point if you just can't see what's going on. So I started off by just saying well done to those of you who've managed to upload yesterday's piece of work. It's not due yet, so there's no hurry to have done it yet. The reason I had this slide here was I was just trying to remind people to make sure once you've uploaded it that you click handed in, because when I look at this sheet here, it's then a lot easier for me just to see you know who's handed in and who hasn't, because I can't tell at the moment, these people who say viewed, whether they've uploaded it and just forgotten to press the handed in button or not. So anyway, today's lesson is on 21.1, converting between percentages and fractions. So that should be on your screen now, so please shout if it isn't. So just to remind you, percentages, it means percent in French, which just means out of 100. So when we're doing percentages, everything is out of 100. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go and talk you through some examples, going percentages to fractions, then fractions to percentages. We've seen this all before, so think of you this as being a bit of a revision lesson. So if we're going from percentages to fractions, our starting point is just to turn them all into fractions out of 100. So 17% is obviously 17 out of 100. 34% is 34 out of 100, and so on. So 48 out of 100, 28 over 100, 75 out of 100. So that's our starting point, just to get a fraction out of 100. And then we simplify them where we can. The question will require you to do so. So we can't simplify 17 out of 100 because 17 is a prime number, but we can the others. So 34 out of 100, we can divide top and bottom by 2 to get 17 out of 50. 48 out of 100, we can halve it and then halve again to get 12 out of 25. Similarly, with the 28 out of 100, we can halve and halve again. And 75%, well, you probably just know that's 3/4, but if you didn't, you're dividing top and bottom by 25 to get 3 out of 4. Now, fractions to percentages. So our goal here is to end up getting the fractions to being out of 100. That's our goal, because once we've got it out of 100, then it's easy just to take the numerator, the top number, that's the percent. So obviously, if it's out of 100 to start with, your work's done already. 31 out of 100 is 31%. Now, 6 out of 50, that's easy to convert into being out of 100. We just multiply top and bottom by 2. Gives, so the equivalent fraction is 12 out of 100, which is 12%. 7 out of 25, again, very easy to get it out of 100. We just choose to multiply top and bottom by 4. So 7 4s are 28, so 28 out of 100 is 28%. And then these last two are a bit trickier. It's not easy to go straight to being out of 100 here. It's easier to go back and make it out of 10 by dividing and then forward as a second step. So 12 out of 30, if we choose to divide top and bottom by 3, we get 4 out of 10, and then multiplying top and bottom by 10, that's 40 out of 100, which is 40%. And then the final one, 21 out of 70, again, not easy going forward to make it out of 100, but if we divide top and bottom by 7, we get 3 out of 10. We can then multiply by 10 to get 30 out of 100, which is 30%. Whoops, too far. Right, so today's worksheet is a Corbett Maths worksheet, which you can upload from either Show My Homework or from the post page on Teams. I've uploaded both of them there. I've also uploaded the answers, so I would appreciate it if you can mark whatever work you get done. Now, you're only supposed to spend about 25 minutes on this, so please do. That is a sensible amount to do, given how long it takes to upload all these bits and pieces. You know, for example, the time we just wasted with that video not working. It all takes time, okay? So what I would like you to do is to spend about 25 minutes or so on this work, and then mark it, please, with the answers, and then upload it up onto Teams as I showed you on yesterday. So if you missed yesterday's lesson, please can you go back and watch the video from yesterday's lesson, where I spent quite a bit of time carefully going through how you upload your assignments onto Teams, your work onto Teams, such that I can mark it. So apologies that you didn't see this first time around. I will make it clear that there's a recording. Phoebe, do you mind just coming on now and just confirming that it works okay this time?
It worked fine, sir.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, guys. That's super, super. So I'm just going to stop the recording. Apologies for wasting your time a bit earlier on, but no harm done. As I said, another time, just make sure that you just let me know, okay? Because then I can just start again. So let me just stop the recording. Stop recording.